Whiplash. The movie opens with the main character practicing drums by himself, as we hear the tempo of drum beats rising second by second. A famous conductor walks into the room and mentions that he is looking for players to join his band. However, after hearing the main character play, he walks away. The main character was later seen peeking into the conductor's band practice, and decides to train even harder to be able to join them. While playing with his current group, his performance was not very good and he was replaced by another drummer. Just a few minutes later, the conductor walks in and demanded to hear everybody performed. After hearing the main character's performance, he tells him to show up at a location early the next morning. The next morning, he overslept and rushes to the location. At the band room, he finds nobody there. On the board outside, it states that band practice don't start for another 3 hours. So he sat and waited there. When it was time, the band entered. They start playing, but the conductor wasn't happy when he hears an out-of-tune player. He yells at one of the player, making him cry, then kicks him out the band. He then reveals that it was another player who was out of tune, but the player got kicked out for not knowing any better. Later, the conductor tells the story of two jazz legends, claiming that when one of them played poorly, the other threw a cymbal at his head. The story serves as justification to the main character for his abusive teaching methods, as he believes that humiliation is necessary for greatness. During practice, the conductor was unhappy with the main character's performance and hurls a chair at his head, then proceeds to slap him until he got the tempo right, making the main character cry. This pushes the main character to practice even harder, to the point where his hands bleed. While in the middle of a performance, the main character accidentally loses his bandmate's musical folder. Without the folder, his bandmate cannot play as he relies on it. This gives the main character a chance to perform as he knows the music by heart. He succeeds, winning the conductor's respect and helping the band win first place. However, he loses the trust of his fellow bandmates. In the next practice, the conductor had the main character take the place of his bandmate as a core member. This makes the main character happy as he brags to his family about how he wants to become a great musician, like the ones in the conductor's story, even arguing that it is better to die young, broke, and addicted if it means being remembered as a jazz legend. Back at practice, the conductor brings in another drummer as backup and hints that he could replace the main character as a core member. This pushes the main character to break up with his girlfriend in order to focus more on his drumming. He trained till his hands are covered in blood. Before practice, the conductor shares a story with the band about his former student who recently died in a car accident, even shedding a tear to show that he cares about his students. Then during practice, the conductor pushes the main character to play till he bleeds in order to earn his part as a core member. On the day of the competition, the main character's bus broke down, making him late. He had to rent a car to drive there. While in a rush, he forgets his drumsticks at the car rental store. When he gets there, he argues with the conductor, as the conductor wants to give his part away. He convinces the conductor to let him play, but on the condition that he plays with his own drumsticks. So he rushes back to the car rental store to get his sticks. However, on the way back he gets into an accident. Heavily injured, he still makes it back on stage just in time. Covered in blood, he starts playing. Unfortunately, one of the drumsticks slipped from his hand during performance, falling to the ground. Instead of helping him, the conductor chose to scold him. He recovers it, but eventually, his injuries are too bad for him to keep playing. The conductor had to stop the performance, and tells the main character he is done. Overcome with rage, the main character lunges at the conductor, and the two collapse into a violent struggle on the ground. After the incident, it is revealed that the conductor's former student did not die in a car accident, but instead took his own life after suffering from severe depression and anxiety. As a result, there is an ongoing investigation into the conductor for abusive behavior. The investigators wish for the main character to speak out against the conductor's actions, and promised him that it will be anonymous. The main character thought about how the conductor ruined his dreams and agrees to it. One day, while walking on the streets, he sees that the conductor will be making a guest appearance at a jazz bar and decides to go see him perform. The two had a conversation, where the conductor revealed he had been dismissed from his position and is currently with another band. He invites the main character to join him at his new band, and the main character accepts. On stage, the conductor tells the main character that he knew that it was the main character who cost him his job. The main character is told beforehand that the band will be playing familiar pieces he has performed before. However, the conductor later reveals that they will instead be playing a new piece the main character has never played before. Without the music sheet and having never played the tune before, the main character embarrasses himself in front of the audience. He leaves stage but returns shortly after for the second performance. Before the conductor can announce the tune, he starts playing his best tune, cutting the conductor off. He then tells his bandmates that he will cue them in. The conductor now has no choice but to go along with it. He cues the rest of the band to follow the main character's lead. The conductor threatens the main character. However, the main character no longer cares about him. As the main character plays on, the conductor finally sees his talents and helps with the performance. The main character continues playing even after the tune had ended, unleashing an epic solo performance, even telling the conductor he will cue him in. At one point, the main character's cymbal falls. However, this time the conductor steps in to help him. The two exchanged looks of approval as they finish off the tune in style. The movie ends here. Whiplash is directed by Damien Chazelle and stars Miles Teller as the main character and J.K. Simmons as the conductor. In the movie, the conductor's story of the two jazz legends is actually based on a real story from jazz history between Charlie Parker and Joe Jones. In the actual story, Joe Jones threw the cymbal at Charlie Parker's feet and not his head. Throughout the movie, we can see the conductor relying on lies and abuse to get his way. His justification for this is so that he can create the next great jazz legend, believing that his methods can unlock true greatness while disregarding the damage it leaves behind, which includes musicians who are broken, discouraged, or driven away from music altogether. The main character buys into the conductor's justification, believing that abuse is a necessary path to greatness. As such, we can see throughout the film, him trying so hard to get the conductor's approval, even to the point where he is literally covered in blood but still insists on playing on. Ironically, both characters got what they wanted when they give up on chasing it. The conductor set the main character up to fail to get back at him, giving up on pushing the main character to become the next great jazz legend. However, by doing so, he actually made the main character realize he never cared about him, which allows the main character to play without worrying about what the conductor thinks about him. By doing so, the main character's talents actually shines through and sets him on a path to become a jazz legend. This also allows the main character to finally win over the conductor's approval, as seen when he decides to help him instead of humiliating him. According to the director, Whiplash's ending is left ambiguous on purpose. Some interpret the ending as a triumph, with the main character rising above the conductor's cruelty to master his art. Others see it as a tragedy, where obsession costs him his relationships, mental health, and chance at a normal life. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel if you want to view more movie breakdowns by me. I am always on the lookout for good movies, so help me out by leaving a comment below about your favorite movie.